Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Mountain Blade to a Bannerlord. Today we are diving in and taking a look at a very cool mod that has recently surfaced over on ModDB, and is a mod that I wasn't really thinking that Bannerlord would suit too well. However, now that I've seen it and we've seen a few of the pictures and videos that's what we'll be taking a look at in today's video, it really does make me think this is going to be extremely exciting, and I'm very pumped to see how this mod does develop, and I really hope that we go ahead and get this fully released mod at some point in the future. So this mod is called Man O' War, and it is an overhaul game, overhaul mod obviously for Bannerlord that focuses on the golden age of piracy. So have you ever wanted to, serve as a pirate going from side to side in the hope of securing the One Piece, wait, wrong universe, from going from port to port, pillaging and taking the king's gold? Or on the other hand, if you ever wanted to obviously serve in His Royal Majesty's Navy, defending your trade routes and pushing back the pirate scum, well, this mod obviously looks to go ahead and do that. The mod will take place in around the year 1700, so peak Royal Navy, East Indian Trading Company, even though this is obviously focused in the Caribbean. There'll be plenty for you to do on both sides, and plenty of different factions again that we'll take a look at as we go a bit further down this FAQ. The mod itself will be focused around the Caribbean Sea, which I think is perfect. Heavy piracy, heavy Spanish ships, and you got the English and the French and a bunch of other factions that will all make an appearance. The Dutch obviously quite heavily focused around there as well. The modder also says that this mod is not going to be heavily focused on historical accuracy, and I think this is more so a thing just to kind of give that modder a bit of a shield, because I know a lot of people probably out there will be like, whoa, that is not a 14-gun Man O' War, that is a frigate with 2 steel plates. So I think obviously the modder is planning on making it as much like the 1700 ships as possible, but he's not going to go out of his way to have every single detail added in, and I think that's absolutely fine. It doesn't seem like there's going to be a big team working on this mod, so I would rather have a functional game or a functional mod rather than something that to spend so much time on making sure that everything is in place. And at the end of the day, this is a sandbox game. We don't need everything to be so heavily focused around historical accuracies. Let's have some fun, and that's one of the reasons I love mods like Eagle Rising that kind of add in late game and early game Roman armor as one, and it's kind of cool. It fits, I think, anyway. They also mentioned how will naval battles be implemented in the game. Obviously, this is around the sea and the navy, so that's something that's going to be very interesting. And at the moment, they say it is still a work in progress, but naval battles will most likely consist of just boarding the enemy ship. It is very unlikely that you'll get to control and steer your ship whilst in battle. You will, however, be able to navigate the seas on the campaign map. So that's pretty interesting. The main focus is going to be around when you do engage someone, the simple boarding action, getting over there with your swords and kind of your pistols and anything else that you have, maybe some grape shot from the cannons on the deck shooting him. And it's going to be to try and clear the enemy ship more so than the actual naval firing cannon combat side of things. However, I will say this, and again, the modder has shown no interest in doing this, but I have seen some other really cool modders working on actual naval movement. There was a recent video over on the Reddit Bannerlord page where it actually showed them commanding, it was longships obviously, naval combat from the Viking era to the 1700s is very different, but they did show actual maneuvering the longship around to go up alongside someone and board them. So again, who knows what the future could hold, and again, who knows what Bannerlord are planning. Maybe they will plan a Viking DLC at some point later down the lines that could lead into something that could help. Again, the game is still in early access, so really, at the moment, I think this is a sensible thing to say, to basically mention that, at a minimum, this is how the combat's going to work, and you never know. Maybe if the team grows and we get some people working on it, who knows what could happen. And I think this is more than enough for now as well. To have it so that you are just boarding sounds completely reasonable to me, and that it would work effectively. And again, you have the actual naval movement on the campaign map as well, where you will be moving across the sea, entering ports, and so on. And I'm actually really excited to see one of the mod teams actually do this, because the Star Wars mod team are also working on a similar system like this, where you're out in space and you're going, every city kind of represents a planet, and these modders are obviously focusing on having it so that every city represents a port and the sea is everything else. So I'm really excited to see how teams do develop this and we actually get a kind of a working campaign map that isn't just land. That's going to be very exciting indeed. The next thing that they mention is how will the ships be modelled and how many will there be. And the modder then later says each ship model takes about 100 hours to make. There'll be a few of them, but will be limited in the amount, which again, completely reasonable. I think you can customize a lot of the small things on the ships to make them feel very unique and different to each faction. You don't need to have 7 different types of frigates and 7 different types of man-o'-wars and so on and so on. You know, this isn't naval action. Again, I think you can have a lot of different ships whilst also having the same whole, very much, you know, very similar. But again, there will be different variations of these ships, which I think will do very, very good, and giving, you know, factions that unique feel, whether it's flags or kind of paintings on the ships or different colors or like hardwood and stuff. That'll be really good. Later mentions, will there be firearms? And the answer is yes, there is full plans for all muskets, pistols, guns and everything that you'd like to see. They also then go on to mention what nations are going to be in the mod, and the modder goes ahead and mentions that the main factions are going to be the French, Spanish, English and a pirate nation. So they're going to be kind of the main 4 factions that are really focused on, but I'm sure we'll see a few other factions added in. Maybe the Dutch will make an appearance as minor factions later on down the line. And that is really all we have to go on. So it is not a lot. The mod recently popped up on the 6th. You guys would have been seeing pictures on your screen, so we would have that video where it really detailed one of the ships, which look great, and then a bunch of smaller pictures showing off some of the ships at distance, as well as the deck of the ship, and also a picture of the firearms. So I'll be following this mod closely because it looks really awesome. It's just like very different as well. One of the reasons I love Bannerlord so much, oh sorry, Warband so much, is there's just so much variety when it comes to modding. But you really, one day you can go from fighting in Star Wars to going on the battlefield of some fantasy universe, to fighting in Roman times, to then fighting in Carabeanon. It's a real nice mix, and we're starting to get a glimpse of that over in Bannerlord with all the amazing mods that are slowly but surely getting closer and closer to being done. It's going to be a good age. Much like this mod is set in a golden age of piracy, we are slowly entering the golden age of Bannerlord modding, and with hopefully the release this year, things will only get better and better. So do be sure to let me know what you guys think of this mod down below in the description. Is there anything specifically you'd like to see added to this mod? Is there anything specifically you'd like to see not in the mod? Any factions, types of ships, combat? And of course, I'll leave a link to their Discord as well down below in the description. So if you guys want to go check them out, you definitely can. Go show some love and support. It's always nice as a modder, I am sure, to receive like, hey, your mod looks awesome, keep it up. So go over there and show them some love. And again, if you want to help out with this project as well, I'm sure they're more than happy to take on anybody who is, you know, good with 3D modeling, coding. I'm sure that stuff will all be, yeah, you'll enter the Discord like a king if you come in with that stuff. And of course, I'll leave a mod DB page. Go show them some love over there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, of course, make sure you let me know if there are any other mods that you'd like me to cover, anything else that you think is a must that you need to see on the channel right away. And I'll see you guys in the next one.